Welcome back to the Deep Dives. Okay, let's unpack this one. Today we're immersing ourselves, really diving deep into Charles Dickens' classic, A Tale of Two Cities.
Hmm.
And this isn't just, a dusty old book. It's such a powerful narrative woven with these huge themes of love, sacrifice, and, well, massive social upheaval.
Absolutely. And to really get it, you have to picture the time. We're talking the French Revolution, just incredibly intense. The story jumps between London and Paris, two cities at the heart of everything.
Right, so our mission today, we want to pull out the real core stuff from this story for you. Kind of a shortcut to understanding why it still hit so hard, maybe find some surprising insights too. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. We start with Dr. Manette. This poor man, unjustly locked away in the Bastille for 18 years. Just imagine that, 18 years gone.
It's staggering.
Yeah, completely stripped of his identity, his mind. I mean, Dickens shows the damage, doesn't he? The shoemaking.
The shoemaking, that becomes his coping mechanism, right? His only way to sort of structure his thoughts after all that trauma.
Exactly, it's haunting. But then there's this glimmer, this real moment of hope. His reunion with his daughter, Lucie Manette. He hasn't seen her since she was tiny, and she becomes this lifeline for him.
Dickens calls her the golden thread, doesn't he?
He does. It's this beautiful symbol of how human connection, that love, can literally pull someone back from the brink. It's about personal recovery, definitely, but also maybe hope in a world that's just gone mad.
And what's fascinating here is how Dickens uses Manette's story. His personal suffering, being locked away by the old aristocracy, it directly reflects the injustices that sparked the revolution itself. It's not his backstory. It makes the huge historical events feel intensely personal. You understand the why behind the revolution through his pain.
That's a great point. It grounds the whole epic scale in something deeply human. So from Manette, the story branches out. We meet Charles Darnay. He's French nobility, but he wants nothing to do with it. He actually rejects his family, the Evremonts, a name associated with real cruelty. Right.
Oh, absolutely. A terrible legacy. He tries to escape it by living in England.
And in England, he meets and falls for Lucie Manette. Their love story becomes this sort of hopeful counterpoint to all the darkness.
But then you have the other key figure, Sidney Carton.
Ah, Carton. He's brilliant, a sharp lawyer, but completely cynical, kind of lost in life, drinks too much.
Wasting his potential eventually.
Totally. But he has this secret, this deep, unspoken love for Lucie.
Yeah, completely unrequited. And it's not just a crush, it's everything. It fuels what comes later. He just wants her to be happy.
It's heartbreaking, really.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these lives, Darnay, Carton, Lucie, they're all tangled up. It really sets the stage for the major choices, the sacrifices that define the story. Dickens uses doubles, Darnay and Carton look alike, strikingly so. But morally, they start poles apart.
That physical resemblance becomes so important later on.
Crucial. And it plays into this theme of identity. Can Darnay escape his aristocratic roots? Is Carton doomed to be worthless? Revolution forces these questions. Heritage is suddenly dangerous.
And that danger becomes terrifyingly real. The story shifts, gets darker. We're under the shadow of the guillotine now. Darnay makes this fateful decision. He goes back to France.
Why does he go back again? To help someone.
Yeah, an old family servant is in trouble. Noble intentions, but terrible timing. He gets there, and boom, arrested.
Just because he's an Evremond, his family name condemns him, regardless of his own actions.
Exactly. Instantly in mortal danger. And Lucie and Dr. Manette, they rush to Paris, desperate to save him. Dr. Manette tries to use his past, being a Bastille prisoner, to gain sympathy with the revolutionaries.
But it's chaos. The reign of terror is in full swing.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Okay.
Really bad. You have figures like Madame Defarge knitting the names of the condemned.
Chilling. Her personal vendetta shows how revenge becomes this cycle. The new justice is just as blind and brutal as the old system sometimes.
It feels inescapable. Like the revolution has this momentum that just crushes individuals.
And this raises a really important question, doesn't it, about revolutions themselves. Dickens isn't just taking sides. He's showing the horror, the ambiguity, how ideals of justice can twist into mob rule and vengeance. Darnay tried to be good, to renounce his past, but in that frenzy, it means nothing.
Your history seals your fate.
Pretty much. It shows the immense risk when society just flips upside down. Reason gets lost in the noise.
So Darnay's doomed. It seems like there's no way out. And then we get the moment everyone remembers, Sidney Carton's ultimate sacrifice. It's just...
Yeah. Wow.
It is the pivotal moment.
He uses that resemblance, right? The fact that he looks exactly like Darnay.
Yes, he goes into the prison, drugs Darnay, switches clothes, arranges for Darnay to be carried out unconscious.
While he stays behind, knowing exactly what will happen.
Knowing he's going to the guillotine in Darnay's place. And his motivation. It's so complex, isn't it? It's his love for Lucie, wanting her to be happy with Darnay. But it's also more than that. It's like finding meaning, finally.
Absolutely. It's the big act of redemption in the story. This life he saw as wasted, as meaningless. He gives it the ultimate meaning through this one act.
He finds purpose in sacrificing himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His death isn't just tragic. Dickens frames it as a kind of triumph, a victory over his own cynicism and despair. And that final thought he has, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done.
Goosebumps every time.
It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. It's profound. He redefines his entire existence in that moment. It's about the human capacity for incredible good, even when everything seems utterly bleak.
What a story. Just incredible. So, okay, let's try and wrap this up for you listening. What are the big takeaways here? I mean, obviously, it shows how people can change. Dr. Manette's recovery, Carton's huge transformation.
Through love, through suffering.
Right, and how that selfless love can lead to these immense acts of sacrifice. But also, maybe, that even in the absolute worst times, like the terror, there's still a possibility for, well, new beginnings. Hope can still flicker.
And this is where, knowledge is most valuable, when you can connect it to things. These themes aren't just in Dickens. Think about it. Sacrifice, redemption, cycles of violence and healing. How do these play out today? In our world, in our own lives?
Yeah.
How do we deal with the echoes of the past? How do we find our own purpose, maybe even redeem parts of ourselves through the choices we make? Carton's story is extreme, but the core idea, it resonates, doesn't it?
It really does. It pushes you to think about justice, compassion, meaning, wow, okay, that was quite the deep dive into A Tale of Two Cities. We've seen the drama, the history, the incredible human spirit shining through.
It's a powerful reminder of resilience, the possibility of redemption, finding purpose against the odds.
Truly is.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. If Carton, who saw his own life as utterly wasted, could find such profound meaning and bring hope through one selfless act, what does that suggest about the potential impact of our own choices, even the small ones? How might we, in our own ways, contribute to pushing back against the darkness, fostering new beginnings? Something to chew on, perhaps.